out for monsters!
Hey everybody, I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carcino, and we want to know,
Have you seen this one?
I'm sure you do, yes.
All in due time, all the truth will come
all
out.
in due time.
All in due
And
time.
I think it's time to say hello, everybody. Welcome to episode
Hey!
196. Keith, how you doing, my friend?
Doing great, man. 4 from 200. Can you imagine? We're 4
know.
episodes away
We are
from
so
20%
close.
of 1,000. Yeah, once we get to 1,000,
What a weirdly specific way to put it. 1,000? Jesus.
Once we get to 1,000, Jay, we can kick our feet up and retire.
When I'm in the old folks' home and I'm recording, from my bed.
No, but it's been a great ride, man. I enjoy this so much.
Man,
And I'm
me too. I look
excited to
forward
meet
to
with
it
you.
so much.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what's new. So what's new? What's been entertaining you lately?
All right. Well, we just started back with the second semester of teaching,
Yep,
and
I
so
saw
my
that.
job, and so it's been a little hectic and chaotic, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to just devote towards movies and things. So I've been doing a lot of like smaller kind of like I hate to admit it, like but just like thumbing through and Instagram and Facebook and other social media. And
I
it's
do
just
that.
been-
I do that.
I've been,
YouTube.
but like. Right, but sometimes it happens like an hour before bed. That's all I'm doing for an hour or so, and I need
it's
to.
fine.
I don't know. It's just easy to turn it on and off and move on from one thing because I don't know if to me it is. It is harder for me now to commit to like longer movies unless I just have to watch them. But there is one that I did. It's not really a movie. It is a comedian. This is probably the second or third time that I've seen this because it's so funny. And usually, you laugh at a joke and then that's it. But this guy, his delivery, it's so funny. His name is Ronnie Chang. He is a correspondent, actually, a comedian and correspondent on The Daily Show.
Oh,
And,
awesome.
and he is so funny. He has this one Netflix special called Asian Comedian Destroys America. And
I love it.
it is so funny. There is some parts that he says that my eyes are watering. I'm crying. I'm laughing so much. It's
That's so
it's
great.
so good. He has a wonderful delivery. I love his accent. He's been living in America for quite some time, but he's from Malaysia. I think Malaysia is the country where he resides.
Ronnie, and how do you spell his last name?
It's Chang, I think is the pronunciation, but it's Chieng.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronnie Chang.
Okay, so
Yeah,
is that
and-
Netflix?
Yes, yes, I believe the Asian Comedian Destroys America is on Netflix.
Okay.
Now he has another one also on Netflix called Speakeasy, where it's a much more private locale that he delivers it. It's really funny too, but I would say with Asian Comedian Destroys America, it's about an hour special on Netflix, and his stand-up is just second to none. I've really been enjoying just listening to him and his
Cool.
delivery. It's awesome.
Cool.
Yep. That's pretty much it though, staying busy with school and stuff,
Yeah.
but looking forward, we're getting to the point to where we're in a lull and we'll hit our stride, and then I'll have much more time to just
Yep.
sit back and relax and devote it 2.5 hours to a movie or something. So I'll have more content for you soon. I
Okay.
promise.
No worries.
How
No
about
worries.
you, Jay?
I'm looking forward
What's
to
been
seeing this
entertaining you?
comedian. I
Oh,
went
right,
to
good.
see-
Yeah, you should.
I went to see American Fiction, which came out in 2023, and it's one of the films that got a lot of Oscar nominations. And I got to say, that and Barbie are my 2 favorite movies from last year, without a doubt.
Wow,
They are both.
okay.
And what's crazy is they could not be more different from each other, and
Different,
yet
yeah.
they both star Issa Rae, who I adore. I think she's fantastic. She's amazing.
Oh, cool.
And
Wow,
she's so
good year.
different in both these movies, but she's in both of my favorite movies from last year. That's so funny to me.
Oh, cool.
They are the best. Oppenheimer was a good movie, but I'm sorry, it's not as good as these two. That's
Yeah?
just my opinion. Anyway,
Okay.
I've been watching Feud, Capote and the Swans on Hulu, and just mesmerized. So I started listening to the book that it's based on. It's called Capote's Women by Lawrence Lemur. Wow, talk about even more interesting information. I mean, there was so much information in this book, they could not fit it into the show. You know, there's just no way to put all this stuff in there.
Right. Wow. Okay.
But it's a great companion. Reading the book and watching the series, it's just awesome. It's so cool. Getting the background on all these women and him and Capote also. It talks about him. I mean, basically, it's a biography about him also, about when he was a child and growing into an adult and writing. And anyway, so I'm really enjoying that. I've been watching this show on Amazon Prime. It's called Time Warp: The Greatest Cult Films of All Time. It's a 3-part series.
Oh, cool. Okay,
dude, oh my God, it's so good. And I can't believe how many movies they talk about that we've covered on our show.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Listen to this. Okay. They've talked about ones I covered with Paul. These are the ones I covered with Paul: Faster Pussycat, Kill, Evil Dead, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, Death Race 2000, Female Trouble, The Warriors, Eating Raoul, and The Room.
The Room.
But Keith, I'm not done. They also have covered Freaks.
Yes.
Eraserhead.
Oh, great. Yeah. Okay.
Pink Flamingos.
Classic.
Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Yeah. Okay.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah, these are all okay.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh, legendary.
And Kingpin.
Really?
Yes.
That's rad. What?
These are all considered
interesting.
Great cult films. And they covered another film that I'm not going to name right now because it's the movie you're going to watch for our next episode.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll find out later then, I guess.
I'm just going to drop a hint. John Carpenter. That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh, cool. Oh man, you really know how to build up a what's it called? A cliffhanger, right? A thirst. I'm thirsty. Awesome.
Shoot.
That's great.
So I'm really excited about the movie we're going to talk about next time, but let's get ready. Let's go ahead and talk about the movie we're talking about today.
Okay.
This is your choice from 1989, Little Monsters, directed by Richard Greenberg. Let's do it.
Ever wonder why kids get blamed for everything just because their parents can't explain it?
I didn't do anything.
You did, mister.
The reason's right under your bed.
Hey, bud, the name's Maurice, and I'll catch you later. What goes on down there is every kid's fantasy. It's magic. Think of it, right? No teachers, no rules, no homework. And the best part is, you don't see any parents telling the kids what they can't eat.
We're the reason kids get locked in the rooms. We're the reason brothers hate their sisters.
We're also the reason that parents send their kids back to camp.
Little Monsters. Fred Savage, Howie Mandell. They act up when the sun goes down.
From 1989, Little Monsters, directed by Richard Greenberg, starring Fred Savage, famous, of course, for the Wonder Years, but he was in The Wizard and he was in The Boy Who Could Fly. He was also in that movie.
Oh, that's right. He was a little brother
too. Yeah,
that was the last. Yeah, just
so your last two movies have had Fred Savage in them.
All right.
Who, by the way,
it's going to be
not really popular anymore for a lot of reasons. Anyway. Also, Howie Mandell.
I couldn't believe that was Howie Mandell.
We'll talk about that some more.
I'm sure we will.
Of course, he's on America's Got Talent right now, and he was the voice of Gizmo in Gremlins. Don't forget.
In Gremlins, I did. Yeah, I just realized that a few days ago.
And it also stars Daniel Stern from Home Alone. He plays the dad. So a quick summary: a boy discovers an incredible and gruesome world of monsters underneath his bed.
I know how. Like, wait, what are we getting ourselves into? Right? Are you just?
Yeah. What are we getting into here?
Okay.
Ryan Stevenson, an 11-year-old boy, that's Fred Savage, and his family have just moved to suburban Boston, and he feels isolated in his new neighborhood. And he also has a little brother who's played by his real life little brother, Ben Savage. By the way, they're really brothers.
He ended up doing what is it, Boy Meets World? I think was his.
That's right.
His big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. One morning, Brian finds himself blamed and wrongfully punished for all these things that he didn't do. Insisting on his innocence, he blames his little brother Eric, that's his real little brother, who claims that he saw a monster the night before. Okay. And then at school, Brian gets into a fight with the bully, Ronnie Coleman. There's always a bully. In 80s movies, there's always a bully.
Always a bully. And it's like stereotypical, just like this character's drawn out, right?
There's always fucking bully in these
Well,
stupid 80s movies.
And it seems to always be like even the last one, The Boy Could Fly. Like
Yes.
the bully was also targeting Fred Savage.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, yeah.
Here we go again. You know, it's like, okay. So he gets in a fight. Then that night, when he goes to Eric's room to sleep for a bet, Brian finds the room totally ripped apart, just in shambles. And he sees the TV remote supernaturally like spin and then slide and disappear into the bed. He's like, what the hell's going on? Okay. The next morning, Eric and his friend Todd find Brian on the living room couch, like saying, oh, you could sleep there in Eric's room because the monster's right. And he's like, well, there's something going on. So Brian bets Eric double or nothing to sleep in Eric's room another night. So the next night, Brian is determined. He sets all these booby traps and he leaves cheese Doritos as bait to attract this alleged monster. Yeah. And he traps the monster. Oh, hang on. My notes. Okay. Yeah,
his name's Maurice the monster, played by Howie Mandell.
He's blue-skinned. He's like humanoid. He's human-looking, but he's got blue skin and weird ears. And he's played by Maurice is played by Howie Mandell. Okay, before we go any further, Keith, did you go see this? Tell me how you.
Yeah, so this was movie. One of man when my younger brother and I were kids. This is one of those HBO movies Clayton, right?
Hey, Clayton.
Well, hey. When this movie came on, it was on HBO, and you know how HBO back in the day, and they kind of still do it now. They just keep replaying the same movie for like seven weeks straight.
Oh, yeah.
It'll come on like twice a day, every day. Oh wait, there were sometimes like, oh, I want to see this part again.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of those movies as kids that we watched, and we would just pick it up in different parts. We knew the movie like the back of our hand, but it had been probably 30 years or longer since I had last seen it. So
that was my next question.
I definitely took this movie in a lot different. I respond to this movie much differently than I remember, even though I remember different parts. Or that's true too. That is true too. Yeah.
We'll talk about that some more in a little bit. But...
Well, it's kind of weird because this movie, it's directed and clearly it's more interesting for kids, but there's still parts. But still, there's like curse words or like the SH
that's
word
what I want to talk about, the language in this movie. My God, they would not let up on it. They just can't. And I can't believe they got a PG rating.
I know that. It was not just used once or twice. There's multiple times they keep throwing these words out,
and kids saying it, adults and kids saying these words. You know, it really blew my mind.
I completely just took this movie in so much differently than I remember it. Watching it for so long. I was going to apologize at first because this is one that I was like, as I'm watching, I'm thinking, oh, Jay's going to hate this movie so much. And it's usually like, oh, hey, I'm surprised. No, I'm not surprised this time. I'm not going to be surprised this time. This is, I'm sorry, Jay. I apologize. But hey,
well,
we got to, struggle through the tough ones to really enjoy the good ones.
We'll get through this.
Sorry for dragging it out.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm going to tell you right now, I will never watch this movie again as long as I live.
I will never either. But I'm like, all right,
never.
I've met more than my quota for my lifetime.
Yeah, that's once was more than enough. Although he was initially really scared, Brian soon discovers that he and Maurice share the same interests and they become kind of like friends. So Brian also learns that sunlight causes the monsters to collapse into a pile of clothes. So that's an important thing.
They're like part vampires too. Then
kind of like, yeah. So over several nights, Maurice takes Brian into the Z Monster world beneath Eric's bed.
Yeah. So so this is your first like sight of this netherworld or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like a poor man's Beetlejuice world? Right? It's
very
right. It's
very poor, very badly lit.
Some
terrible
strange
effects.
Right, and what you would normally see from like an '80s ghoul or monster is
it kind of looks like an '80s rock video. It looks like an MTV. It's like, are we watching MTV? What's going? And you feel like you're watching a bad video. Is what we feel like you're. But this world consists of every kid's dream, all the junk food and video games you could want, no adults to supervise at all. And there are all these staircases going to all the different spaces between children's beds, where the monsters can get in and cause trouble. Now, that scene was actually kind of cool looking.
Yeah, that was really neat. Although weird, I don't know. But it's also kind of like it also has like a Monsters Inc. vibe to it too.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Although Monsters Inc. came years later, and who knows? They might have been inspired by this movie, but they did it so much better. You know,
I was just about to say that same thing. Monsters Inc. was a very good cartoon movie, and this one doesn't hold up, doesn't stand against the test of time.
Does not hold up. Oh my God. So Maurice and Brian are having fun at making all this mischief, and most of it so far is very innocent, kind of, silly little pranks and things so far. Right. Brian also makes friends with this girl named Kirsten at his school. At the same time, he's starting to notice that Maurice's ways of causing these mischiefs, all this stuff, he can go too far sometimes. Like when Maurice eats Kirsten papers for an important science project that she was working on.
What was
and
that
she got a grade
about?
of a 0. And Brian also gets very upset when he believes that his parents may possibly get a divorce. That's a whole nother dark thing that they add to this movie.
I don't remember that as a kid.
Really?
Maybe I just suppressed it, or maybe as a kid, I'm only interested in like the monster parts, or when they're in the netherworld. Different little things that.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna, but you hated what? I'm curious.
I hated the whole divorce subplot. I hated it. You didn't need it, and then to act like, now we're back together again. I'm like, that's so.
It was a very bizarre kind of push. It seemed forced. Bizarre. Like it was unnecessary to add that, and it was just. I don't really know what they're trying. Who's the director? Greenberg? Is it his name?
Yeah.
Greenberg? Richard Greenberg. Is he trying? I don't know. He's just trying to be eccentric or trying to I don't know. It didn't seem like there's so many different plots and subplots, and actually, we don't really know what the whole what is the word a problem or conflict in the story really is until much later. And honestly, looking back on it now, it wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't seem like it was polished or really put together well.
It's like they're trying to make too many different movies and they can't make up their mind what tone they want. Is it going to be nutty? Yeah. Is it going to be is it going to be dark, or is it going to be sad? Is it like there are movies, there are directors that have made movies where they can mix two different tones and they've pulled it off, but it is not easy. And
there are very few that do it well, right? Exactly.
And he did
and
not.
This one would definitely.
I'm not even sure. Did he do anything else? While we're doing this.
Oh man, I don't know. Richard Greenberg, Dick Greenberg.
No, I think he goes back.
Familiar.
Richard Greenberg, but
Richard. Yeah, it's Richard. Richie Rich. Death Becomes Her. He was the producer.
Producer though. Yeah, he's not the director.
Okay, he's just a producer, right? A lot of title designers and producing stuff. Yeah. So, he just also does like main titles produced by. Okay. So we can see that maybe it's not exactly a high profile director.
Yeah, exactly. He's obviously still in the business and producing his stuff, but directing wise, I think he showed his talent here or his lack of talent here. I have to say, sorry, sir. I gotta be honest. I'm sorry. It was not well done. One night, Maurice brings Brian along with several other monsters to the bedroom of a baby, intending to scare the baby. And this right here. I'm like, what the hell? What is this movie?
What's the purpose of it? I don't understand why the
cruelness of these monsters and making kids get punished for things they didn't do. I can't see why as a kid you all like watching this, because I'd be like, I hate this guy.
And I definitely remember feeling that too. I definitely remember feeling like, why would you even want to be friends with Maurice? And then, I'm sorry, I'm just going to spoil the end because who cares?
We're going to spoil everything.
Right. But at the very end of this movie in particular, they have like this heartfelt goodbye, and it just felt so like, I don't care about either of these characters. And honestly, I really don't care about the kids in this movie either.
No.
Don't even care. Like I was kind of hoping something super dark, like they get trapped trapped in that, or like at least Fred Savage gets trapped in the underworld for the rest of his life, and he has to like just live that horrible life again. That'd be a better ending than what I think this one went with. But
I think it would. If you're gonna go dark, go dark.
that's right. Like pick one and go with it, man.
I
Because
kept
this is not working.
I kept thinking, is it because of how we see Fred Savage now that I don't like this character? And then I realized,
Maybe.
no.
No.
It's just
looking
the
at
way it's written. No matter how he played, the way it's written, no matter how he plays it, it's an unlikable character. He can't. He could not help that. As what I'm saying is, I think he did a good job. As as far
I
as that
agree.
goes.
That's not Fred Savage's part, but that is
that's not his fault.
The role
that's the
that he
writing
took
and the direction.
Well,
Anyway,
I guess it kind of is his fault. Like, why even take a role like that if it's? I mean,
when you're a kid and you're offered the starring role in a movie, I mean,
and he probably when was Wonder Years? Was it late '80s around the same time or no?
I think Wonder Years is before this, or it's the same time possibly,
All right, yeah. Okay.
So I mean, he's like offered the starring role in a film. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna take this role, Hello,
right.
But anyway, with the baby situation, Brian says, "Well, oh no, this isn't right." So he opens the bedroom door, exposing the hallway light into the bedroom, and then he learns that he's turning into a monster because his body parts shrink when the light hits him. Says, "Oh my God, I'm turning into a monster now too because I'm hanging out with these weirdos." So he escapes the house through the front door and he walks through the backyard of Todd's backyard where Todd is sleeping in a treehouse. So Todd shines a flashlight on Brian, shrinking Brian's arm. It's like, that's a pretty cool effect, actually. It's
yeah.
And then Brian is really worried about this, so he saws off all the legs and the beds in the house. I don't understand.
I think the purpose of that was, I think, to kind of like block the past, like the entrance of the underworld.
But if they, I mean, they're gonna get out despite that. I mean, give me a break. That's not gonna do anything.
I know.
I just thought it was really weird.
Yeah, like a lot of things in this movie.
Well, then we find out that all the monsters are former children. They used to be kids, and then they turned into monsters that like disappeared from their families and turned into monsters.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah,
is that right? Oh, weird.
Yeah.
See, there's parts of this movie where I just like zone out. I'm like, I lose interest. I caught myself looking at how much time is left so many times.
You? Oh my God! Talk about a phone grabber. I kept looking at my phone, Oh
my God!
So because sorry, Maurice could not convert Brian, because like I said, all monsters are former children. Eric is kidnapped by Snick. That's Brian's little brother Eric. Another much crueler monster through the couch bed in the living room. So Snick grabs it, and Snick is the most ridiculous character in the movie, I think.
Really,
his acting is like, dude, what are you? Oh, God.
Yeah, at first I thought it was, is his name, I forgot his name, the one who was the critic, John Lovato or something like that. John.
No, from Saturday Night Live. Yeah. It stinks.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
John Lovato.
John.
Sorry.
I'm gonna.
Lozano. No, that's all right. All right. Yeah.
What is it?
If you could. Hang on. He played the critic.
John Lovitz.
Lovitz. There you go. Lovitz.
Yes, John Lovitz.
I thought it was him who was Crick or whatever. You're right. I thought so. No. I had to look it up, and no, it was not him. It was someone else. Okay, I was like,
whoever was playing it was much bigger and bulkier physically than John Lovitz.
Right,
and that wasn't fake. That was that guy's body. I think he was just a big guy.
I think his voice just sounded like him. I thought it might be him, but no. It wasn't.
It might have been better if it was him, but
right.
Maybe. Anyway, Brian gets help from Todd and Kirsten, and gathering all these bright lights, they enter the monster universe looking for Eric. So they go around zapping all these monsters with lights, so they just turn into piles of clothing. And then they march to the master staircase where Boy is the weird kid, the ruler of the monster world, resides. Boy, the one playing Boy. Okay, this is when I thought, you know what? This could have actually been a really good horror movie if they had gone dark and not done it for kids.
Yes.
If they had done this more for grown-ups and made it really dark. The Boy was
Yeah,
Boy
you
was
see
like
the
a
boy, and
scary vampire.
right?
I mean,
I did like how they shot Boy from the front, and he has this
yes,
monotone way of talking, and
yes.
then the camera slowly slides around to see the back of his head, and you
Mhm.
see that it's all like brain matter and stuff. That was cool. I liked how they
See,
did that, but they
that's
should have done right. Either pick a side, go one way or the other. Don't just kind of give me a
go
little bit of
adult or child.
cute, innocent, and you're right,
Yeah,
a horror to like this
yeah.
like hardcore. Okay, now we're getting into something else. He's toddling or
Oh,
teetering between both, and it just did
yeah.
not really sit
It's
well with
not
me.
working. It's not working. And I keep
Yeah,
in
it's
my
not
mind
working.
keep thinking, oh my God, little children watching this be terrified of that scene. You know,
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
I just don't get it. I
Ooh.
don't get it. Anyway,
Mm.
Boy offers to release Eric and Brian's friends if Brian agrees to convert to a monster, but Brian says no. And the bright lights are destroyed, and they're all placed with Maurice in a locked dungeon type room. So they're all locked up with Maurice in a room. Maurice probably in a room. They manage to escape by turning Maurice into a pile of clothes by an improvised light. The way they improvise the light with two pencils,
Right,
like generating
right,
electricity. Yeah, okay,
right.
sure, okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, they slide him through the door crack. Then they rearm themselves with more powerful lights. Then they get Ronnie to help, and they venture back into the monster world. Ronnie was the bully, remember? And now all of a sudden they're on a team together, of course, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So they return to the boy's domain,
Ugh.
and they're able to defeat him, and Snick explodes into pieces. So Brian and his friends rescue Eric, and then they're blocked by Snick, who put himself back together somehow, because of course, you know, everything can happen in this movie. And he stops them from escaping. Then they're rescued by Maurice, and they defeat Snick with a flamethrower. It's like, okay, whatever.
All right, we need to pick that up. Right, gotcha.
I just feel like I'm
Great
rambling because
choice.
this story is so ridiculous. Unfortunately,
I'm
Brian
not
and the others
stopping you.
find
Just let's go.
Brian and the
Let's
others
just
find
go.
out they can't return home because the sun has risen. If they try to come out when the sun has risen, they will all turn into monsters. So, faced with the prospect of this, they don't return to the human world. The children travel in the monster world to the Eastern time zone in Malibu, where the sun hasn't risen yet, and they manage to get out. So,
Another bizarre. Wait,
Yeah.
what's going? It's so strange the way they like. Why? Okay,
we're going halfway around. I mean, we're
Right.
going all the way across the country in 5 minutes.
I mean,
you know.
we're already an hour and a half into this movie. It should have
It's so
ended
crazy.
30 minutes ago.
Thank
but
you.
it's Still,
Thank you.
they're still trying to. Yeah, this is going to end up on the bottom 5 list. I'm afraid. You know, this is. I can see it. I don't know. I've actually given you some pretty bad movies lately. So
Yeah, Keith.
it's gonna be it's gonna be tough to decide which one's the worst at some point.
Well, let's
That's
just say this: no more Fred Savage. Okay, let's just
Okay,
not do any more
fine.
Fred Savage. That's
all right.
twice
I'll
now.
erase.
That's enough
I'll
of him.
erase all the Fred Savages. The only thing I really liked looking back on it was the Wonder Years. I really liked him
Yeah.
in the Wonder Years.
No, he's
but
very
that-
good in that. He really was. He was a good actor. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
now. I can't say. You know, I haven't seen anything, of course, recently.
I think he's doing like TV and like instead of.
I don't
films
think
and-
he's doing anything right now. But anyway.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, in the movie, before entering the human world, Brian shares a heartfelt goodbye with Maurice, and I'm like, why?
I
This
know.
guy caused you so
exactly.
much trouble.
I know. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, and then they have this like cheesy music in the background, like we're supposed to feel for these two characters.
They're
Nah,
such
man,
good
nah,
friends. Brian,
nah.
Maurice gives Brian his leather vest as a memento, and promises to meet again with him someday. Then the kids run to a payphone, and Brian calls home, say that Eric, they found Eric, and we're in Malibu. And then they say, well, it's now how the hell are they going to explain to their parents that they are in Malibu now? They were in Boston,
Right.
and now they're in Malibu.
Right. We're in California.
How the
Right.
hell are they going to explain that? I
Well,
don't get
what
it.
happened next was the parents ended up disowning the kids. They're like, you know what? We found out the problem with our marriage is you. We should have never had you. So they just end up leaving the kids. And then the next movie that just happens, it's a continuation of Little Monsters, is, of course, The Wizard. That's what it is, man. That's what happened. The Wizard started because the parents disowned these kids and said, just stay in California. We
Oh
don't
my
want you.
God.
I don't.
That's so funny.
I thought, yeah, I'm sorry, Jay. No more Fred Savage. We're just
Thank you.
All right, we're done.
Oh my God.
There's another great actor. His name's Kirk Cameron. I'll go ahead and have these other movies I'll throw at you. You're gonna love, man. Just wait for it, Jay. In your future,
And,
buddy.
well, welcome to the last episode of Have You Seen This One, everybody?
We're gonna do a trio of Fred Savage, Tom Green, and
Well,
no.
there really wasn't a lot of interesting background stuff on this. The only thing I got, the song played at the end of the movie is called "Road to Nowhere" by Talking Heads, which I love that song. You know, of course, I have that. The song also appears on the Talking Heads album called "Little Creatures." Get it? Haha, little monsters, little creatures. Anyway,
I see where you're going there. Okay.
critics' responses were odd. This one guy, now listen, this one guy, and I cut Felix Vasquez Jr. from Cinema Crazed said, "A definite gateway title for blossoming horror fans."
Maybe this
I
movie
can
had
kind of see that.
Yeah, maybe this is part of a movie that I saw when I was before I had watched so much horror. This might have been kind of an entry level horror genre
Because
kind
the
of.
scenes in the monster world, especially with Boy, those scenes
Yeah.
are like a horror movie. I mean, literally.
Well, I think
they
as
look
a
like
kid,
horror movie.
maybe like it was weird because I remember some certain parts of it as a kid, and I didn't remember a lot of other stuff. Maybe as a kid, the part that stuck with me most was the horror, because then I remember Nightbreed came out around the same time too, I think, was it? And Nightbreed, man, was like that's the dark version, I think, that just did so much better. And
Oh,
then,
it's
and you
so
see
much
with
better.
Nightbreed,
Oh my God, you
how
can't
well
even
it works. So that right,
except for the fact that they are like kind of both about monsters, kind of.
Right. Yeah.
That's where the similarities end.
Oh, right. Exactly. Exactly. No, that's exactly right. No, so I wouldn't say this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I mean, I must say there were
Not
some
the
interesting
worst,
parts.
but it's up
But
there,
that's just because there's so many bad, real, like horribly bad movies out
But
there.
this
But
one, this one's
was, it
definitely
was
up
low.
there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I say a
it's
2
up
or a
there
3
with.
in my book. A 3, maybe 3, 3.5.
Oh,
I could see you going 1.5, 2
yeah,
out of 10.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. So I don't think I even have to ask. Jay, would you recommend this movie to others?
Well, wait. I got a couple more critic responses I want to share.
Don't even have to ask yet.
Oh, yeah, you know the answer.
I already know, right? Yeah. I'm sorry,
okay.
I did recommend it to you.
Alan Jones from Radio Times said, "A dismal disaster." Period.
How succinct, right?
I know,
It's
right?
perfect.
Okay. Derek Deskins from Edge Media Network. "It is 100 minutes of nails on a chalkboard." And listen, and in a more just world would have resulted in the end of Howie Mandell's career.
Oh, so true.
Okay.
I was wanting to say a joke about that too. Like, how did Howie's Mandel career even survive and last?
Also,
monstrosity.
I mean, throughout the entire movie, I kept trying to see Howie Mandel. I could not recognize him in that makeup and character.
I know, right?
It was like somebody else completely. I could not.
Right.
So I gotta say, I'll say that.
I'm pretty impressed by Howie Well's acting chops. Because
I mean, considering
right,
considering what he was given to work with, I think he did a pretty good job with that.
Right.
But this whole thing was worth being able to read that quote. There's just I
right.
love it.
Oh, right, exactly right. So Little Monsters is more like Little Monstrosity is really what it is. The whole movie is a huge monstrosity. Now, I will say this though. There is another movie by the same title. I think we've kind of briefly covered it as in the beginning of one of our previous podcast episodes. But Little Monsters, the other, like the more recent one, with that kindergarten teacher. It's a horror movie where a kindergarten teacher has a bunch of, you remember?
That's a wonderful movie.
Yes. That one is the Little Monsters to watch. You can just skip over this one, but that's the one that you really need to see.
I love her. I love her.
Yeah.
Little Monsters. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up Little Monsters.
I know. I need to know now. Oh, it's not a 2019 film.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah,
Lupita Nyong'o. Oh my God, that movie is so cute. She's hilarious in that movie. She does a
that
great job
movie
of that
is
movie.
one that does really well with. I mean,
comedy and horror.
It really pulled.
It's a great mix of comedy and horror. Yeah,
highly recommend. That's how it's done.
That's a fun
done right.
one. That's a really fun movie. Yeah,
it's a very good movie.
Okay, so that's the movie we're recommending this time, not this one.
At least you got something out of it, right? Good recommendation.
Real quick, let's look at some scores. IMDb 6.0. I was kind of surprised.
Wow, that's
high.
Yeah, that's
Amazon Prime 4.5. That's out of 5.
More accurate.
No, that's out of 5.
What? Oh, whoa, what?
4.5 out of 5. Yeah.
Who's rating this?
I don't know. Tomato meter, Rotten Tomatoes, 44% critics. Audience score, 62%.
I can see that the audience would be significantly larger than the critics, but I'm surprised both are really that high. But I don't know.
Um, I'll have to look at Amazon. I might be wrong about Amazon. Maybe that's out of 10.
That's gotta be.
It's
There's
gotta
no way
be
that's
4.5
4.5
out of 10, right? Here I am. How professional. I'm sharing this score, and I don't even know what. Anyway, okay. Well, I'll check that out before next time. But anyway,
All right. Thank you.
I know what I
Appreciate that.
rated. I rated like a 1.2 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. 1.2. That's actually pretty accurate. I say a little low. I think more like a 2.1. Let's go 2.1.
I would go 2.1 just for that scary scene.
Yeah, there's that scary scene, and there's some other.
Okay.
It's not a whole lot to write home about. That's for sure. Not a whole
Okay, friends, that's enough about that movie. Okay. Yay, it's behind us. All right.
And we're done. I feel good.
Okay, folks. I hope you can find us at haveyouseen.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can find our podcast on Apple and Spotify and Amazon Prime. Wherever you can find podcasts, we're there. Wherever you do find your podcast, please subscribe to us and please leave a rating. Let us know what you think, what you'd like to, we'd love to hear from you. We'd like to know what what you'd like us to talk about. So let us know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, how about me telling you what you're going to watch for next time?
Yeah. Let's hear
Episode
it,
197.
7.
It's mind blowing. Okay, this is a movie that they talked about on that cult, the Time Warp, the cult movie documentary, the 3-part documentary that was so good. Directed by John Carpenter. Okay, this is before Halloween and The Fog and Escape from New York. Okay, this is he had done a movie called Dark Star before this, but this is the movie he did right before Halloween. Okay, the movie is 1976, Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh, Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah, it's called Assault on Precinct 13. And being a 70s movie, even though it's not a horror movie, but it's directed by a famous horror director, guess who's going to join us? Aaron Castaneda is going to be joining us for this
finally. I was thinking the other day, it's been too long. And
I know.
We need to have her back on. Oh, I'm so glad that she's coming back. Oh, it's 1970s horror. Of course, we got to call her back.
And it's not, it's not
even
a
if it's
horror
not
movie, but John Carpenter's the director, so
okay.
So it's not a horror movie. I'll tell you that right now. It's definitely not a horror movie.
That's good to go.
There might be a couple of horrific moments in this movie. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what you think.
All right. My interest is piqued.
Okay. So something I didn't talk about yet that I'll be able to talk about the show next time, but and I don't think I've told you yet either. The other day, going through my emails, and an email pops up from ACL. That's Austin City Limits. Now, for those of you who don't know, Austin City Limits is the music show on PBS. It is the longest running music show in TV history. And they film it here in Austin at the Moody Theater.
Awesome.
And that theater is amazing. Every single seat, it's a floor. They got the floor and then 2 balconies.
Oh, I've been to a few concerts. I love it.
It doesn't matter where you sit.
It sounds so good. We were up in the bleachers once, and we were down low one time too. And it sounded, that whole place is built with the perfect acoustics. It sounds, it's so great.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm scrolling through. Oh, look who's coming. And then I see Diana Ross.
Oh, what?
I'm like,
Diana,
what?
Legend.
And then I see next week. What? Then I go, okay, well, I bet the tickets are ridiculous. It's almost completely sold out. Listen, it's almost completely sold out, except there's one seat on the first balcony in the 4th row, dead center. One seat by itself right there. I pull it up, dude, and I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to afford this. $100.
What?
$100.
You're going to see Diana Ross for $100?
Yes.
And you're in a great spot too.
I know.
Oh
my God, dude, I can't believe it. I've already picked out what I'm going to wear.
Show.
I'm so excited.
That's next week. You said next week?
No, it's this coming Tuesday.
Awesome.
Yeah, this coming Tuesday night. It's like, it's a school night. I don't care. I'm going to see Diana Ross.
I wouldn't care either. That's going to be a great show.
I can't believe. I never thought I'd see her live in my life.
I know. I didn't realize she was still touring, and
she's 80, so we'll see.
I know exactly.
Yeah. But
she's one of the legendary voices of all time.
She's a legend. Yes.
I would rank her up there with Aretha, even maybe not as high as Aretha.
No, I would totally put her up there with Aretha.
She's in the same She's in the same discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Classic. And I'm going to see her live. So I'll
that's
be able to talk about that
exciting.
next time.
That is exciting. I look forward to that, man. I'm going to have a hard time topping that, man. I need to watch another. Neither watch another Fred Savage movie or something. I don't know.
Or Kirk Cameron,
Oh, Kirk Cameron. There's legendary singer,
shoot.
legendary actors.
Well, dude, despite the movie being so awful, as always, it was so much fun talking to you about this movie today, man.
That's why this podcast just works. It gives us an opportunity to connect again and talk about things that might be great or they might be horribly wrong. And this time it definitely went off the wrong end of the pool. And
this is at the bottom of the list for me. Right around the bottom there somewhere. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna look for a better one, Jay. But you've just seen so many good movies, and it's so hard to find a good one that you haven't seen. So,
well, like I said, just don't pick any more Fred Savage.
Learn from this mistake.
Yes,
noted.
No Fred Savage. No more Kirk Cameron.
Right. I'm plugging those names into my long-term memory.
Unless we're doing Torture Week, unless we're doing that again.
All right. I can see why you haven't done a Torture Week in a long time because you don't want any of that.
I don't need one. I'm quite full of my Torture Weeks. Thank you. Oh shoot. Okay, buddy. Once again, so much fun. Can't wait till next time when Aaron will join us. Aaron, we can't wait to talk with you. Until next time, I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carcino.
And y'all keep watching movies, but no more movies with Fred Savage. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay.